Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here at Weber Stadium. And folks, we say every game's important, but this is the one. Your Gilmour Academy Lancers taking on the Maple Heights Mustangs. Win and you are in for the Division III Region 9 playoffs. I'm Zachary Berman.
Luke Angelosi.
Joe Phipps.
And for a game, that means that all this could be our last one up here. Let's have a game, folks. Happy to have you guys up here.
Looking forward to it, Zach.
Real excited for tonight's game.
Mustangs bringing a 6-3 record in. Lancers going to have to stay sharp early if they want to get out on top. A 500 record at 5-5 will get the Lancers into the playoffs. So hopefully we are in for a dandy here tonight. Crisp Friday afternoon here at Weber Stadium.
Sure, that's absolutely one way to describe it. It feels like 43 and cloudy. It is not the warmest out there. And senior night, though, so all those families out there to support and these seniors, all the stakes on senior night. On a special night like this could be their last game ever. Just how important it is to win this game cannot be stated enough. The kick bounced to around the 10-yard line. Going to try to make a move. Bumped into his own teammate. Flags thrown. Still on his feet around the 25. Forward progress will leave him there. And we are off here at Weber Stadium.
25-yard line, Paulie.
Get a closer look on the flag here. It looked like that came in from the back judge, so we're going to see if maybe we got some sort of hold or block in the back on the return team. That appears to be the case.
Now I'm looking for both teams to really tighten it down. Lancers especially against Rhodes. A lot of flags, both sides of that ball. The Lancers need to stay composed, and as well as the Mustangs. They had a tough bout last week as well, so they're gonna have to, both teams really got to keep under control the nerves. Obviously very high Lancer senior night, and most of all, winning you're in, but that flag's already gonna pin the Mustangs on their own 12-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like the 12. They're going to come out in what appears to be a shotgun formation here.
Two receivers to each side. Mustangs looking to make a big dig on their first play. Dropping back to pass, short pass to the left, complete. Makes a move with some room to run. First down and more. Avoids Lennon's tackle. And we are off here. That's a catch and run by Enrique Robertson.
Either 30 or 20, 29. 29.
First and 10, Maple Heights.
So first and 10, Maple Heights already making a dig. Lancers, as we mentioned every week, no different story here. Very heavily injured in the cornerback room. Pretty much the whole team, but that's the biggest factor. They go with the run to the right side, tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Lancers' run defense past few games has been phenomenal, but the pass defense really lackluster, and you got to give credit to those injuries. They've really brought this team down, but how do you respond?
Looks like we do have Lennon out at the cornerback spot here to start this one off. So we appear to be at least at full strength where we've been for most of the season. Cook on the other side. He is going to step in front of that slant and pick that one off.
And just as we were saying, back to full strength, they get a pick, and the Lancers set up with amazing field position.
Speak of the devil, Sebastian Cook with a great interception.
Stepped right in front of that slant route, had it covered. He was right in the inside hip of that wide receiver, able to step over the top, get in front of that pass, pick it off, and sets the Lancers up in plus field position here as we get underway offensively.
Both players this season faced so many injuries. Sebastian Cook's made a pair of great plays, and Lennon early on in that season had that 2-pick game. Just incredible work from him, and he's just been locked down all year. So I forgot to mention, I just can't keep up with these injuries. We've got a healthy room back there for the first time in forever, and they make a play right away, and the Lancers set up on the 33-yard line of the Mustangs. Patron is back from his shoulder injury. Post guy got the start last week. Now we're back to Patron. Known for his keeps, he'll take it up the middle himself for a gain of around 5 yards.
Lancers once again sporting that fullback backfield, a little full house action. They're having those two offensive linemen line up right on the butts of the inside guard and tackle, and they get a little bit of an extra push on the left or right side there before the RPO action there by Patron.
And the Lancers were just missing that extra action. Pose guys got that speed on the outside, but Patron has the size. He can go right through the middle. Really 4 guys on this team that can make a play on the run. Sanagata, Dunleavy, and Lennon, along with Patron. All options for the run or keep. Patron keeps it again. No gain there. Sets up 3rd and 5. You'll see every play. Patron getting the calls directly from Bates here on the sideline. Now, they weren't afraid to pass it last week with Poe's guy, but I'm curious to see with the Lancers, when they started to piece together a decent enough offensive scheme through the pass, if they want to try and stick with that, or if they're going to be constrained to the run like they've been all season. But we do have a flag. That's going to be offsides.
Yep. Jump by the defense sets us up here. This will almost assuredly be a run if it doesn't move the chains for us, and it does. So Lance is going to get a fresh set of downs here as they set up at about the 23, 24-yard line.
23.
And again, we cannot stress enough how great of a game Sanagata had. I'm really looking for him to get involved in this one. Coming off of a 3-touchdown masterpiece, he was the piece, and really all season, I feel like he's been one of the key factors. They go with Dunleavy here. It's going to be a short gain, if any. Won't give him anything. It's going to set up 2nd down and 10. In comes Sanagata, as well as Shomo.
Shomo coming in the game as
outside.
well. Yeah, we'll see here with a little bit of 2nd and long action if the Lancers don't go to a short pass here, set up a 3rd and manageable.
Another play those Lancers have really loved is the screen, especially with with Lennon on the outside. They favor that play a lot. They will indeed go short pass. Ballant's got it with some room to run. Flag thrown, but he's still on his feet in the end zone. We have to see if that one's going to stand. It's going to look like it's coming back, though.
I think that's going to end up being a block in the back of some kind here, or a hold. Yeah, up on the Lancers, going to push us back.
The way Ballant got that much space there on the near side. Artificial. And that's going to indeed move the Lancers back. So keep it off the board. Lancers going to have to work even harder. At least they're showing they're not going to stick just to the run, even if it's just a pass here or there. You cannot be a predictable offense like you have the majority of this season.
Couldn't agree with you more there, Zach. Patron did a good job there getting the ball and actually pump faking that. He had to get around the crashing defensive end there, so he held on to it for just a split second. That might have been the reason that the block ended up having to stay solid for an extra split second there and garnered the hold penalty. But set up here with 2nd and long. We'll see what the Lancers do decide to do. It's going to be Patron up the middle.
And interestingly, go with the run there on 3rd down. They listed 3 wide receivers to the left. Soder, Ballant, Soder hasn't gotten that much action at wide receiver this season, strictly just because they haven't been utilizing the pass game. Soder had a great game week 2, but he's been primarily a stud on defense. Looking to really utilize those guys, Ballant and Shomo, get a lot of cardio in. But sometimes when they can't get that separation.
When you do wonder here if we're not sizing up a Saline field goal at some point, you know, they have not been afraid to line him up, you know, with a 30, 40-yarder and let him take a boot at it just to see if he's able to put it through the uprights. Incomplete pass there by Patron. He had Sanagata over the middle, left that one just a little bit high.
Yeah, Patron's pass incomplete. Sanagata could
That
really
is what
line
they're
up
going to
anywhere.
do. They're going to try to kick this.
And we've seen Saline has this range. Not really windy out there, just chilly. But that is quite the tall task for a high schooler to hit a field goal of that caliber.
Yeah, this is going to be a 45-yarder.
Awaiting the snap. The hold is good. The kick is up. The kick is
It is good.
good.
He got
Are you
it.
kidding me? He hit a 45-yarder. And he's a soccer captain
Wow.
for a reason, guys. He's got a great leg.
What a boot.
He was asked, and he delivered. Straight down the middle. Well, not straight, but low.
Or down the middle, Joe, but through the uprights nonetheless. That's all that counts here.
And Saline coming off the hat trick from the Lancers playoff soccer game. They unfortunately lost to Hoban, but the Lancers won a playoff game when they really started that season off rough. Big success. The way they were able to bring that one back, and Saline, obviously, it's got a great shot, and it just goes to show there. And that's going to leave a big opportunity if the Lancers struggle anywhere around the 30-yard line and below. Between that 20 and 30, the Lancers have that field goal as an option. And if the way your defense steps up, if they are able to step up and make some great plays today, and we keep this score low, those points are going to become crucial. So Lancers lead 3-0 with 7:51 left to go in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, the Lancers taking on the Mustangs win, and you are in for the playoffs. Lancers storm down, get stalled around the 30. Celine drills a 45-yarder, and now he sends this one to the near side. Caught around 6-yard, a little stumble. Lancers quick to attack, tries to make a move, brought down behind the 20.
Nice tackle there by Shomo. Cleanup duty.
That's going to put the Mustangs on the 19-yard line. Special teams for the Lancers. They haven't had the cleanest season, but they've made good plays here or there, and all that matters now is they make the right plays here today, and you're in. Doesn't matter what happened in past seasons, big runs you've given up on kickoffs. You've just got to have it on lockdown today. It does not matter. And I'm just looking for them to execute. And so far, pinning them down on the 19 in Celine, drilling a 45-yarder, showing promising signs.
Yeah, anytime you can set up field position, past the 20, make them march 80+, you're going to be in a decent spot. That's a couple of first downs at least, minus some sort of major chunk play. But as they sit up here in the shotgun, they are going to stick to the pass.
And Banks is going to look near side. He's got Eric, and he's going to go all the way for a mammoth touchdown for the Mustangs. First play.
Right when we mentioned chunk plays, the Mustangs rip off an 81-yard touchdown pass there. Got right behind Lennon, and it was off to the races from that point.
The connection, Mike Banks and Eric Robertson, seems to be that wide receiver one option, wanting to go there several times. Got that first down on the first play. And now, on the first play of this drive, redemption, as the Mustangs take the lead 6-3. Enough noticeably about this team, we've convened. This team does not kick extra points.
Yeah, going to be interesting here with the Lancers getting 3 on their first drive. If they're able to keep the Mustangs out of the end zone here on the 2-point conversion, they will still be just a field goal down, which could loom large here as we continue through the first half.
Snap to Banks. It's going to be a keeper rolling out right. And that's going to be...
I think he was down short there. Yeah, they're gonna mark him down short. Great tackle there.
And that field goal having utmost importance really early on in this game. That whole entire drive, only 7 seconds. So we're going to go right back at it.
Who came off? Someone, was it Braden Phillip there, came off and made a great tackle on that bench route. Little lackadaisical offense there by the Mustangs, and Phillip able to come off that block by the wide receiver and make a tackle short of the goal line. Keeps this a field goal game for the Lancers here with 7:34 left in the first quarter. Eventful so far.
Absolutely. And as soon as we were mentioning the strength of that defense, commentators' curse very real. It's an absolute bomb of a tutty on the near side. And now always, again, with a team that sees a lot of players on both ends of the ball, you're not going to give them much time to relax and rest after a pretty hard drive. It takes a lot out of you to run a run game. Very physical compared to that passing game. The Lancers don't get a lot of time to get that water, get their breath in the offense back on the field. Looking to get good field position. First time we're going to see the returns. Lancers been pretty good on the returns all year. That's one thing I'd like to point out that's been really good about this special teams unit.
Ball's going to bounce around just a little bit. Yeah, we're going to fall on that one early.
So twice already, we've said something, and we got the opposite income.
Got to stop jumping the gun here, Zach.
So the Lancers set up on their own 15-yard line, decide to play it safe after Ballant lets it get past them. 7:31 left to go in the first quarter. Your Lancers trail the Mustangs 6-3, 45-yarder field goal for Celine, followed by a Robinson 75-yard reception touchdown. Offense right back on the field. Again, heavily favored the run, but passed it twice. Got a touchdown called back because of a block in the back. Lancers got to tighten down on those penalties. And I'm looking for them to stick with that passing game. First snap's going to be a keeper from Patron. Not much success today. First time they ran it, a 5-yard gain. Since then, you're getting nothing from that.
Yeah, a little bit of draw action there by Patron. He held on to it for just a split second longer. Tried to find a hole up the middle, but Mustangs doing a good job there right up the gut of crashing both defensive tackles, and they're able to move side to side a little bit better with Patron. Nothing doing up the middle. We will see if he adjusts here on second down.
Yet to really try the outside run. Lennon so explosive on the outside runs. Waiting for him to really introduce that in this one. Dunleavy, more known for just barreling through the middle. Sonagati, you get a taste of both worlds. They were thinking screen, but Patron's going to get wrapped up. And that's going to be a monster sack for the Mustangs. And the Lancers digging themselves a pretty deep hole already on offense.
Patron looking for, it looked like Ballant there on the slant pattern.
And then they didn't see
had
that
him
was
over
there.
the middle, yeah, and just got a little bit of pressure coming from the backside, and they were able to gobble him up for a loss of what appears to be 7 yards.
And now you wonder if the Lancers even just conceded this drive here. Patron has quite a few interceptions thrown on the year, always in the Lancers' own territory. See if they play it safe, but they do line 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left.
Patron given some sort of motion action here.
So again,
He's gonna keep it
He's going to go out the left side if he's able to, break a tackle.
Makes a spin move, still on his feet, but pushed out of bounds before the chains, and that's going to be 4th down for the Lancers. Crucial sack. Mustangs force 4th down. And that's what really makes this Lancer team so timid to try the pass, because once it crumbles once, Bates really wants to just fall back on that run game.
Well, and it's been your bread and butter all year, right? At this point in the season, at staring a potential playoff berth in the face, you want to stick with what got you here. That being said, it is nice to see on the first 2 drives that the Lancers did look at least to open the field up with a couple of downfield passes. That'll keep the Mustangs honest one way or the other, at least from a defensive adjustment standpoint.
Room to run on the far side. Sonagata's punt returned, and in the red zone.
Holy cow.
The Mustangs, what speed we saw in that backfield. Great field position for the Mustangs. And now the defense going to have to make a stand. After that first drive, an amazing pick. And very quickly, it's looking like that 3 isn't going to be doing much damage. You're going to need to get tutties on the board. Sending out that offense. Last time, Mustangs on the field, it was 1 play, and that pass on the near side to Robertson.
We will see. They got Eric Robertson lined up at the bottom of the screen here, one-on-one with Lennon once again. Don't know that he has the play.
Waiting on the whistle. Here's the snap. Looking to pass. Right side, just going to leave it up there. Did he come down with that? No, he did not.
He's going to be out of bounds. That was still a great catch.
Just barely out of bounds. If he could have gotten those 2 toes in, probably would have counted there.
2 on Sunday, 1 on Friday.
So 2nd down and 10, relying on the pass more than the run. Polar opposites on game plan we're seeing here.
Yeah, that was a good ball there by the quarterback.
It really was.
Luke Anslevar, the quarterback in.
Yeah, so also you might see this. They'll switch between 2 quarterbacks.
Man. Andrew Cummings-Bird with a run up the middle there, right off the right side.
So that's going to move the chain, set up 1st
Yeah,
and
goal.
goal. Like that you mentioned that, Joe. Yeah, they are known also for switching between these 2 running backs. Really can't see the difference quite yet. Really looking to see if one favors executing the run game or the pass, but both have placed it where they needed to. And already the Mustangs in the red zone. In the game now, Mike Banks. Here's the snap. Going to be a keep on the left side. He's got room to run, and he's going to stumble, and he is going to be just short.
Soder able to get upfield and just trip up his shoestrings there. Banks able to get the left edge. Soder battled and kept him there. Looks like we got him down at the 1 yard line.
So we've seen Banks on the keep twice. He's the one that's got that speed, but he can also place that ball really well. An absolute beauty on that 70-yard touchdown. Banks going to stay in the game for this one on the left hash. 2nd and goal on the 1 yard line. Here's the snap. They'll go with the run up the middle, and that is going to be a touchdown for the Mustangs. Andrew Cummingsburg puts the Mustangs up 9, 12-3. And Lancers falling behind early. Got on the board first off of the pick on the 30-yard line. Can't get anything going from there.
Yeah, next drive is going to be a statement drive for the Lancers offense here. Again, we're going to get a 2-point try. So Mustangs might be able to get back to even seven points here. Make it a 11-point game, but if they don't, Lancers are going to be able to stay potentially in a field goal battle.
Dropping back, pass.
He's
and
got
it's good.
it. Yep. Back up to 14.
Both 2-point attempts. They're really just setting that guy right up on the goal line and just falling to his knees like really quickly in a split second. They're getting that pass off.
Yeah, quick release there by the quarterback as well, right? He's kind of anticipating where that soft spot in the zone defense is going to be. Once a wide receiver sets up shop there, right, turns around, make sure that he's past the goal line and the ball's already on the way. Tough to defend.
Absolutely.
If you're the Lancers, but they're going to have to find a way to adjust to it one way or the other. This passing game by the Mustangs is hurting them early.
Yeah, and when you're not kicking extra points, that's going to be something you're doing in practice for quite a bit of time. Able to execute a simple play that gives you +2 rather consistently. Mustangs up 14-3. Lancers looking for a response. And it starts here on special teams. Ballant let it get past them last time.
And Ballant back to receive for Gilmour.
Here's the kickoff. Quick 14-3 lead in the first quarter. And the Lancers haven't been known for coming back against deficits, but just holding leads. So they're going to need a different answer here. And
the biggest thing on this drive is going to be not shooting yourself in the foot, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, the last time they ended up getting behind the sticks with a sack. The first drive, it was a holding call that ended up moving them back, right, and took points off the board. So if you're the Lancers, it's really more about just executing well and continuing to push the ball forward play by play.
Ballant
Good
opts to
return
go
there
through
by
the middle.
Ballant.
And much better than the 15. Lancers set up on the 40-yard line. So